For this week's NEC Open Mic, we bring in Wagner's Tahron Allen. Wagner coming off a win over FDU last week. Big game for Tahron. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Tahron, let's talk about that game over against FDU. Career high 22 points. You were cooking in this one. 9 for 11 from the field, 5 for 6 from the line. How'd you get into that rhythm in the game?
It started on the defensive end for us. We came into the game with a defensive mindset, and it kind of just opened up my offensive game for this game, especially knowing that it was just a big win for us, a big week for us, just trying to get the win. And we came together. My teammates was there finding me open shots and stuff like that, just getting me going.
Ron, let's take it back to this offseason where you had a pretty good role at Monmouth, and then you put yourself out there in the transfer portal. Why Wagner? Why Coach Copeland? Why did you decide to come to Staten Island?
Well, I had a great experience my first 2 years in college at Monmouth, and I just went in the portal to explore different options. And just coming here, I came here on a visit, and I just watched their practice before speaking to Coach Cope in person. We spoke on the phone, but being here in my vision, just seeing them competing in practice, and it wasn't even a full practice. It was just workouts during the summertime when school was over. So it was just eye-opening to me. And then Coach Cope, he preached toughness, and then he explained to me everything he meant by toughness, not just being tough on the court, but just being tough in all aspects of how you carry yourself, how you walk around, and just facing adversity. He preaches that, and that sold me into come here, and it was just a big family when I got here.
You certainly have toughness in your game, but the thing that's really matured with your game is you become a perimeter threat at Wagner. You only made a handful of threes at Monmouth, and
Right.
now you're excelling as a catch and shoot weapon, deep threat. Was it all about opportunity, having the opportunity to shoot threes at Wagner, or the development with Coach Copeland this offseason? Take me through why now you're a very respectable threat from deep.
Definitely, Coach Cope just always pushing me and expecting more from me. And then when I feel like I've done good and never feel like I've done enough, he always makes sure that I keep going, that there's more out of me I can get. So in the summertime, just shooting a bunch of shooting he's put us through as a team and me through by myself. He just always tells me he believes in it. So just keep shooting. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. And that was a big part of my game, and just me not being hesitant and just me being interested in my jump shot. And that's what I've been doing. It's been working for me.
Hey, Tahron, it's been sort of a roller coaster season for you guys in league play. Started out 3-1, lost 3 in a row. Now you've won 2 of 3. You're back at 500, in contention to host a playoff game come March. So tell me, with being so shorthanded, tell us, how has coach managed practices? What's it like being on a roster where there's only 6, 7 healthy bodies?
Well, even though it's only seven of us playing, it's still a collective group effort. Everyone that's hurt is still active. Everyone's still loud. It's still as loud as it was if everybody was on the court. And coach been preaching adversity when we had everybody. So now that we're facing adversity, it's only better for us, and it helps us when it's time to face these other teams that aren't shorthanded as us. So we still compete. We still are being tough with each other in practice and getting on each other and making sure we're paying attention to little things. And like I said, it's a collective effort.
Does he suit up ever? Does he have to get out there with you guys now?
Sometimes he get out there, he definitely makes a couple jump shots too.
Wait, he still has it? Like, can he
Yes,
still go? All right, so if
definitely
you're going to play him 1-on-1 to 7, who's winning this game?
can. Me. I'll
Yeah,
never
that's
say
right.
anyone's gonna beat me, especially not coach.
That's a good answer. That's the right. Don't tell him that though. All right, we're all good. Ryan, what do you got?
Yeah, I don't think Coach Copeland, once Tahron gets to his left shoulder, Cope is in trouble, I think. I think it hurts from there. And I love your bully ball game. It's kind of a throwback. We talked about the 3-point shooting, but when you get to the left shoulder in the mid-range game or getting down the lane, it's fun to watch, and it's kind of a unique scoring acumen that you have. I'm just curious about the origins of it. When did it start? Were you that type of player in high school? How has it developed over time?
Well, when I was younger and I was playing, I'm from New York, so that's just kind of that from. It's just New York is known for guards, like crafty guards, but also known for just being tough. And being out there in the parks playing every summer against older guys, I just had to develop a game where I'm being strong and physical down there. Because if not, I'm not gonna be able to produce on the court, especially in the summer tournament. So that just translated to my game in college and over time.
Tehran, I want to keep this theme going about New York. So we're both Brooklyn guys. You went to Brooklyn Collegiate. I went to
Yes.
one of your rivals, South Shore.
Okay, okay.
And yeah, I was reading up on some of those games that you had with them. Tell me about, like, you started mentioning about, playing bully ball. What is a New York player to you? Like, what is, when you hear somebody's a New York City player, how do you describe that? And how much of your style, came from, growing up and playing on the courts in Brooklyn?
I feel like a lot of Brooklyn or just New York games it's just a different type of like swag to us, just how we carry ourselves. And then on the court, it's just we talk trash here and there. That's just how it is in the summertime, or just how it is on the court. But it's New York is big, but Brooklyn is kind of small, so everybody knows each other. So it's all from just a competitive love for the sport. That's just how it is.
Brooklyn guys got to stick together, Ryan. You're not part of this.
No, I'm a Connecticut kid, not Brooklyn.
All right, I got one more question for you, Tahron. So
Yeah.
I mentioned before, you're in the mix for a home playoff game. That's got to be one of the goals that the team has right now. What do you need to do to get yourself in that position over these last few weeks of the season?
Well, I feel like we kind of showed ourselves against FDU, but we can also do better. Just got to get it from the defensive end. It's only 7 of us, so we just have to stick together, band together, be smart on defense, be smart with our fouls, and just stay together and make our offense from our defensive end and just work with each other on the offensive end. And I feel like we got a pretty good shot.
All right, you heard from Tahron Allen coming on strong lately for Wagner. Wagner right in the mix in NEC playoff contention for a home game, as we mentioned. Tahron, best of luck the rest of the season, and maybe we'll get to catch up with you down the line.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.